Forget the direct curl. The only 3 exercises to build shirt-filling biceps. Big biceps that fill your shirt and turn heads everywhere you go are certainly one of the main goals for men who train. However, many make some basic mistakes that prevent this muscle from achieving that eye-catching volume. That's why today, you'll see the 4 main errors that prevent your biceps from growing, and also the only 3 exercises you need for a more than complete workout for this muscle. Before we begin, please tell us in the comments your name and the city where you're watching our content from. We'd love to know. Error number 1. Failing to maintain constant tension. Many people transform the curl into a pendulum movement, throwing the weight up and letting it drop, completely relaxing the biceps at the end of each repetition. It seems harmless, but this is one of the biggest killers of muscle growth. Muscle growth happens primarily through mechanical tension. When you lose tension, even for a second, you're giving the muscle rest in the middle of the set. This drastically reduces the stimulus needed for hypertrophy. Think of it this way. If your set has 10 repetitions and you completely relax for 1 second in each one, that's 10 seconds of wasted time where your muscle could be growing. Over weeks and months, this loss accumulates into hundreds of wasted repetitions. Signs that you're making this mistake include fully extending your arms at the end of the movement, letting the weight slam on the machine's weight stack, or using body momentum to start each repetition. The solution is simple, but requires discipline. Never fully extend your elbows, stopping before complete elongation. Maintain a slight bend of approximately 10 to 15 degrees, even in the lowest phase of the movement. Controlling the eccentric phase for 2 to 3 seconds is fundamental, as this is when the greatest positive muscle damage occurs that will lead to growth. Never let the weight drop in free fall. Imagine you're trying to break the weight during the entire descent, as if you were controlling a fragile object that cannot hit the ground. Error number 2. Leaving biceps training only for the end. When you train biceps at the end of the session, after heavy compound exercises, you've already spent your glycogen reserves and strength. There's practically no energy left for the biceps. With accumulated fatigue, technical form worsens, mind-muscle connection decreases, and you use less weight than you'd be capable of. The result is insufficient stimulus and growth below potential. Your body is intelligent. If you always leave biceps for the end, when you're exhausted, it understands that this muscle isn't a metabolic priority. Why would it invest resources in growing something you treat as secondary? The solution involves rethinking your training split. You can dedicate a specific day for arms, alternate the order of muscle groups weekly, or divide biceps training throughout the week. Another effective approach is to start with a compound exercise that works biceps, like rows, and then move to isolation while you still have quality energy. In the first week, start with biceps. In the second, leave it for the end. This alternation ensures the muscle receives maximum stimulus regularly. Remember that small muscles like the biceps need focused intensity, not just the leftovers of your energy. Error number 3. Doing biceps in one day only. Here's something many don't realize. The biceps is a small muscle. If you only train it once a week, by the third exercise it will already be fatigued and you'll hardly be able to get the most out of the following sets. The quality of the last sets plummets, the weight used decreases, and technique deteriorates. You're basically doing junk volume, sets that tire you but don't stimulate growth. Additionally, muscle protein synthesis, which is the process of building new muscle tissue, remains elevated for approximately 48 to 72 hours after training. If you train biceps only once a week, you're leaving 4 to 5 days where this muscle could be growing completely without stimulus. It's like watering a plant only once a week and expecting it to flourish. The ideal is to divide the total volume into 2 days of the week. If you do 3 biceps exercises per week, do 2 on Monday and 1 on Thursday, for example. If you do 4 exercises, divide into 2 days of 2 exercises each. This distribution allows you to maintain intensity and quality in each set, while keeping protein synthesis elevated more frequently. Your biceps will receive growth stimuli twice a week instead of once, practically doubling the windows of opportunity for hypertrophy. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will make you progress healthily long-term in the world of bodybuilding. Error number 4. Choosing exercises that activate the same part of the biceps. The biceps brachii has two distinct heads, the long head and the short head. Each responds better to different angles and positions. The long head, which forms the biceps peak, is more activated when the arm is positioned behind the body. The short head, responsible for width when you look from the front, is more recruited when the arm is forward or when there's external rotation of the forearm. Doing only traditional direct curl, hammer curl, and concentration curl works predominantly the same region of the biceps at very similar angles. You're doing more of the same, just changing the equipment. It's like trying to build a house by painting the same wall 3 times, while the others remain bare. The result is disproportionate development and total volume below potential. It's essential to create a varied workout with at least one specific exercise for each head of the biceps. Alternating equipment is also crucial, as each offers a different resistance curve. Cables maintain constant tension throughout the entire movement, while dumbbells and barbells challenge more in the middle of the movement arc. Machines offer stability to focus totally on the biceps, eliminating stabilizer muscles from the equation. Now that you understand how your biceps workout should be structured, let's get to the 3 exercises that together compose a very complete workout for this muscle. Exercise number 3, incline bench curl. The incline bench curl is often called the queen of exercises for the long head of the biceps. When you position yourself on an incline bench between 45 and 60 degrees, your arms naturally position behind your torso. This position places the long head of the biceps in pre-stretch, maximizing its recruitment during the movement. It's precisely this head that creates the biceps peak when you flex your arm, that mountain shape everyone seeks. Besides working the long head intensely, this exercise also recruits the short head and the brachialis, making it a complete movement for the entire biceps complex. The inclined position eliminates practically any possibility of using body momentum, forcing the biceps to do all the work. This results in greater time under tension and better mind-muscle connection. To execute correctly, adjust the bench between 45 and 60 degrees. Sit with your back completely supported, shoulders back, and chest open. Hold the dumbbells with supinated grip. Let your arms hang naturally beside your body, with elbows slightly ahead of your shoulders. Start the movement by flexing your elbows and bringing the dumbbells toward your shoulders, keeping elbows relatively fixed. At the top of the movement, contract the biceps intensely for 1 second. Lower in a controlled manner in 2 to 3 seconds, stopping before complete extension. Perform 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. Use a weight that allows total control of the movement, especially in the eccentric phase. Rest 90 to 120 seconds between sets for adequate recovery. A valuable tip is to start each set with dumbbells in neutral position and gradually rotate as you rise. This progressively increases biceps recruitment. A devastating mistake is swinging the elbows forward during the ascent. This removes tension from the long head and transfers work to the anterior deltoid. Another common mistake is arching your back to help with the movement. Keep your lower back always supported on the bench. Also avoid rotating wrists excessively at the top, which can cause discomfort. The rotation should be natural and comfortable. This exercise is contraindicated for people with shoulder injuries, especially rotator cuff problems, as the elongated position can be uncomfortable. Those with a history of biceps tendonitis should start with smaller inclines and light loads. If you don't feel comfortable with the incline curl, the Bayesian curl is an excellent alternative that also works the long head effectively. Exercise number 2, Scott curl. The Scott curl is the exercise par excellence for the short head of the biceps. Developed by legendary bodybuilder Larry Scott, It has become fundamental for those seeking width in their arms when viewed from the front. When your arms are supported on the Scott bench, positioned ahead of the body, the short head takes the lead role in the movement, being intensely recruited. This exercise offers a unique benefit. The fixed position of the arms completely eliminates the possibility of cheating. You cannot use body swing, shoulder movement, or any compensation. It's you and the biceps, pure and simple. This creates an exceptional mind-muscle connection and ensures that each repetition truly counts for growth. Tension remains high throughout the entire movement, especially at the angles where the biceps is most contracted. To execute correctly, adjust the Scott bench so that your armpits rest comfortably on top of the pad. Your arms should be completely extended over the cushion, with elbows slightly below shoulder line. Hold the bar with supinated grip, hands shoulder-width apart. Start the movement by flexing your elbows and bringing the bar toward your shoulders. Contract strongly at the top, then lower in a controlled manner. The key here is not to fully extend the elbows at the bottom, always maintaining tension in the muscle. Perform 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. The Scott curl responds well to slightly higher repetitions due to constant tension. Rest 60 to 90 seconds between sets. A powerful tip is to pause for 1 to 2 seconds at the point of greatest contraction, at the top of the movement. This intensifies the peak tension and potentiates growth. You can also vary grip width occasionally to stimulate the muscle in slightly different ways. The most common mistake is lifting the elbows off the bench during the concentric phase. This transfers work to the shoulders and reduces the exercise's effectiveness. Keep elbows glued to the pad throughout the entire movement. Another mistake is using excessive weight and shortening the range of motion, doing only the upper half of the movement. Use a load that allows complete but controlled range of motion. Also avoid hyperextending elbows at the bottom, which can cause tendon injuries. The Scott curl is contraindicated for people with biceps or elbow tendinitis, as the elongated position under load can aggravate inflammation. Those with wrist problems may feel discomfort with the straight bar. In this case, use an easy bar or dumbbells. Individuals with a history of biceps tendon injury should exercise special caution and start with light loads. If the Scott curl doesn't work for you, the spider curl is an excellent alternative that works similarly. Exercise number 1, hammer curl. The hammer curl is the most underestimated exercise for complete arm development. Although it works the biceps, its differential lies in the intense recruitment of the brachialis muscle and the brachioradialis. The brachialis sits under the biceps and, when developed, literally pushes the biceps upward, creating greater total volume in the arm. The brachioradialis is the muscle that goes from elbow to wrist, giving that dense and filled look to the forearm. The neutral grip of the hammer curl allows you to use significantly heavier loads than in supinated curls. This happens because you recruit more muscles simultaneously, and the wrist position is biomechanically stronger. Greater load means greater mechanical tension, which is the main driver of hypertrophy. Additionally, strengthening the brachioradialis improves your grip strength in all pulling exercises, making this a movement with benefits that go beyond aesthetics. To execute correctly, stand with feet shoulder-width apart, knees slightly bent. Hold the dumbbells with neutral grip, palms facing each other, as if you were holding hammers. Keep elbows close to your body throughout the entire movement. Flex your elbows and bring the dumbbells toward your shoulders, maintaining wrists in neutral position. At the top, contract intensely, then lower in a controlled manner. Crucial: don't let the elbows move forward or to the sides. Perform 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. Because it allows heavier loads, take advantage and progressively challenge yourself. Rest 90 to 120 seconds between sets. A valuable tip is to occasionally alternate arms, doing the movement unilaterally. This allows greater concentration on each arm and helps correct any asymmetries. You can also do this exercise seated on a bench to eliminate any possibility of body compensation. The most frequent mistake is rotating wrists during the movement, transforming the exercise into a traditional curl. Maintain neutral grip from start to finish to ensure recruitment of the brachialis and brachioradialis. Another mistake is using too much body momentum, especially swinging the torso back and forth. This removes tension from the target muscles. Also avoid raising shoulders during flexion, keeping them stable and down. Attention to elbows is fundamental. They should remain fixed beside the body. The hammer curl is one of the safest exercises for the biceps and generally doesn't present serious contraindications. However, people with elbow tendinitis should start with light loads and assess comfort. Those with wrist problems generally adapt well to the neutral grip, but should pay attention to any discomfort. The hammer curl is appropriate even for beginners and rarely causes injuries when executed correctly. Bonus exercise: reverse curl with EZ bar. The reverse curl is the bonus exercise that can elevate your arm development to another level. Unlike the 3 previous exercises that are crucial, this one is optional but highly recommended. It works primarily the brachioradialis, that prominent forearm muscle, and also intensely recruits the brachialis. The result is a dense and voluminous forearm that perfectly complements developed biceps. The great benefit of the reverse curl lies in strengthening the grip and forearm extensors. Strong forearms aren't just aesthetic, they drastically improve your performance in exercises like deadlifts, rows, and even other biceps exercises. You'll be able to hold heavier loads for longer without grip being the limiting factor. To execute, hold an EZ bar with pronated grip, palms facing down. The EZ bar is preferable to the straight one because it reduces stress on the wrists. Stand up, elbows close to your body. Flex your elbows, bringing the bar toward your shoulders, keeping wrists firm and stable. The temptation to flex wrists will be great, but resist. At the top, contract intensely, then lower in a controlled manner in 2 to 3 seconds. The most common mistake is using excessive weight and compensating with wrist flexion or body swing. Use a load that allows total control. Another mistake is letting elbows move forward during the ascent, which reduces effectiveness. Keep elbows fixed. Perform 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions, as the forearm responds well to higher volumes. Rest 60 to 90 seconds between sets. This exercise intensely activates the lateral portion of the biceps and the brachialis, besides being excellent for development of forearm extensors and flexors. The reverse curl is generally safe, but people with elbow or wrist tendinitis should be cautious. Start with light loads and assess comfort before progressing. If you enjoyed this and want to discover the only 4 exercises you need for the chest, we have a video appearing right now on the screen showing each one of them better. Be sure to check it out. Thank you for watching until here, and may God bless you, my friend.